Yeah, my name's TJ, and I run the YouTube show Second Gen Trucker 251. I drive for Warner Enterprises, and I've been here for about all of 2 weeks now. And like I said earlier, it's been really, really great at times. Been super duper fun, chill, relax, and great. It's been okay at sometimes, and barely moving. It's been horrible and terrible and bad at sometimes. So you really just got to take the good with the bad out here, and to everybody else who's inspiring to be a truck driver, just remember it's not easy. It's a hard life, and when you can get it that way, it's a fast paced life, and you really never stop rolling. You keep on going, and you never stop, and then you look back 6 months later and you go, whoa, man, I ain't even been home in like a year or whatever. But yeah, it's been really good. They've been treating me good so far. Um, One thing I want to tell you guys out here that's trying to get into the truck driving life, whatever, is I would say the biggest piece of advice that I can give is just hold on one second. Is just don't listen to any of these other guys out here. If they got some good, genuine advice to give, you know, I could see paying them some mind. But for the most part, if they're just talking shit, I just let it go in one ear and out the other. Because at the end of the day, the only person's advice and the only person's rules that's going to matter is your trainer's and what he's got to say and what he's got to teach you and what he's got to show you. And I know there's a lot of horror stories out there because, for the most part, a lot of people do get bad trainers. And it's not that they're bad people themselves. It's just a lot of times, like my dad, for instance, like when you have somebody who's been trucking as long as they have, they get tired of it. They want to get out of the game. They don't want to do it anymore. Their body hurts. But you don't have anything else out here that pays as well for doing what you're doing. And in the amount of time or time frame that you're given to do it. Not without going to get a college degree and ending up in debt and all that mess. So a lot of us are thought as scum. So for those of you who don't know, we're not all bad. Not all of us are missing teeth, and not all of us have been on crack at one time or another. Some of us are really good people. So when we roll by, just wave your hand, and when we honk the horn for your kid in the back seat, don't flip me off when I'm riding by. Uh, but the one piece of advice I could really give is, at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one in control of that vehicle. You're gonna be the one delivering those loads. You're gonna be the one, filling out all the paperwork, doing this and that and that and this. So don't really pay too much attention and don't really study what too much people say in school. And when you get out here on the road, just kind of pay attention to what your trainer has to do. Try to pick up on his good habits and let his bad habits go in one eye and out the other, and just be a sponge. Absorb as much as you can, practice as much as you can, admit when you're wrong. Don't start bragging when you're right. And as your confidence builds, try to let your skills build at the same time, and really just make something of yourself, and come out on top, and be somewhere. I think that would be the biggest and the only piece of advice I could really give. That, and get your rest, get plenty of rest. They talk about driver fatigue, but until you've driven 800 plus miles, guys, you really don't know what driver fatigue feels like, okay? Now me on the other hand, I came from a different background, so I'm used to driving long miles, but even me, I get tired. And even your trainers and your 1 million mile trainers and your 4 million drivers, owner operators and trainers, they even get tired. They're not immune to it. They get tired too. Whether or not they want to show it or say something or not, they get tired too. So make sure you get plenty of rest. Make sure you stay well hydrated out here, and please keep your hygiene up. Okay, one of the two biggest things ever is keep your hygiene up and stay hydrated because it's hot out here, it's cold out here, it's whatever out here. Okay, you're out in the elements, so stay hydrated, stay fit, and be a sponge. Absorb as much as you can, learn as much as you can, operate to the best of your ability. And when you see another driver pass along the professional, uh, curt, not criticism, it's not criticism, it's pass along the professional courtesy. Because that's where a lot of things fall down these days. Is not everybody's willing to pass that professional courtesy along, and before you know it, you got 6 or 7 thousand drivers that are assholes out here. So do your job, put your time on your books, make some money for your family, and but always be a kind and gentle soul because that's how the Lord was. And and but yeah, that would really be the biggest piece of advice I could give is just absorb, absorb, absorb. Be like a sponge. Hear what your trainer has to say, try to connect with them as best you can, try to work with them as best you can, become a team together, and just be all you can be. That way when you get out and you get your own truck and you test out and you're ready to roll, when you hit the road you can be all you can be. You can believe all you can believe and be all you can be, and be great out there. So just remember that. But it's really hot, and I've already made one video, so I'm fixing to go in here. But yeah, this is one thing I mainly wanted to get off my chest and just tell everybody is you can be. Don't worry about anything else, cause someone's got you. You know what I'm saying? Someone's got you, even if you aren't religious. So, other than that, only thing I can really say is watch your speed out here, guys. Everything doesn't have to be a race. If you're in a situation where you're with an owner operator, he's got his own truck and he's got those HIDs on there, cut him off, man. Don't blind the guy behind, in front of you. Pass him or cut him off. I mean, yeah, pass him or cut the lights off. And and please, man, if you're gonna get out in the left lane to pass, don't ride that lane.